Hi everybody, welcome back to another Music Masterpieces, and we are going back to the beginning of the second era of Black Sabbath when Ronnie James Dio joined the band, and they produced, it was like whatever Ronnie brought to the band just gave them another sense of infusion and another direction and another creative influence in what was already an incredible set of albums that they produced. And I think from what Ronnie did with Rainbow, with the whole mystical lyricism that he had, add that to the sort of tuned down Tony Iommi approach to the way in which he wrote music, you had this great marriage for what was a short period in the band's history. And I first came along across this track when I bought a compilation album, and it was a compilation album called Heavy Rock, and there was 2 Sabbath tracks on it, and this was one of them, and this has always been one of my favourite Sabbath tracks. This is Die Young from the Heaven and Hell album by Black Sabbath. I love that. That was really symptomatic, that atmospheric start that they had to this track. It's the build up. Got no idea at this point where this is going to go, and we didn't know that this was just going to suddenly just explode. And can I just say that of all the guitarists that we've ever had in the history of our rock lifetimes, from the start of Sabbath's first sort of album around about the end of the 60s and into the early 70s through to the present day, people talk about Tony Iommi as being part of a group and, you know, what he's offered and done. But as a guitarist and as somebody that's written some incredible licks on the guitar, he is one of the greatest. And absolutely in this track, that comes shining through. So there's Ronnie almost running to keep up vocally with the speed of Geezer and Bill and Tony on the percussive side, but having no problems because he was Ronnie James Dio. Get Geezer's bass in the background there as well, and then this beautiful little section which is symptomatic of the Sabbath era. Die young, can't you see Ronnie captures those beautiful notes.
Die young, gonna die young. Someone stopped the fear.
Oh, this is great. That section from when that sort of keyboard synth kicks in all the way through to sort of just end the quieter point, but then bring back in the wall of sound. It's just genius. It's just genius. And we have these pieces of music in our lives, and it's just so special, and it's always great to listen to that particular section of the song. Keeps on speeding up now. Get some repetition. And there we were at Hammersmith Odeon, heads just going all along with this beat. This was an incredible track when you went to see them live. Just a moment in the whole gig where everybody went, oh, here we go. Our necks are going to be aching at the end of this one. Great solo, by the way. Genius of Tony Iommi. Fading away into the background like all great guitar solos do. So that is Die Young from Heaven and Hell. Album artwork. And again, they just didn't care about shocking people or looking at the way in which the sometimes bands are like a lens on the world, aren't they? And they're like they can be opposite to what is going on in the world, and questioning religion and questioning how people view it. And the whole image here of angels having a cigarette, which when we were growing up, having cigarettes was like, you know, you're not allowed to have cigarettes before a certain amount of time, and smoking was a real thing all the way through the 60s and 70s. And so this image that they came up with for the front cover of the album, which, let's face it, as images go for the beginning of a second era of a band, worked really, really well. And I think album covers actually are really important as well, aren't they? I mean, you look at album covers and they're things, especially in that era where all we had was vinyl and tape, so very often you would, just be staring at the album and staring at the intricacies of the artwork. And it's not lost on many people that still love music from that era, just how holding on to the disc and having the album in your hand was a very, very special part of connecting with the group. And that's it for this particular music masterpiece. Thank you for enjoying this track with me. This is another one that comes into the Hall of Fame, and the second of the Black Sabbath tracks that I have reacted to with Ronnie James Dio in them. And the other one is The Sign of the Southern Cross. So go and check that out. And I'll see you next time.